What's up, Little Shy Big Eye Peepers? It's your girl, Little Shy Big Eyes, coming to you with some very informative information. Before I speak on anything else, shameless plug, this is one of my sweaters, my hoodies from my line, Liquor Lovin' Emporium. If you are in the life, you don't have to be loud with the colors. I have some trendy designs that, just represent for the lesbian culture. And with that being said, I see more and more power couples out there running their own businesses and trend setting and traveling all over the world and just being amazing, as we should, right? Because women rule the world. Men think they do, but we really rule the world. And you all also know, in addition to clothing and skincare, I'm a licensed realtor in New York, and part of the challenges on my journey is acquiring my license here, or exercising my right to reciprocity, which means I'm licensed in another state and all I have to do is transfer documents to show that my license is in good standing. I have not violated any laws as far as fair housing or all that jazz. So, the reason for this video is because those of you who follow me, what's up to all my day one peepers, you all know that one of my many aspirations is to own a lake house. And I have specifically set my sights on Lake Oconee here in Georgia. That is Greensboro, Georgia, Greene County, also known as Buckhead or Reynolds Lake, all of the above. And in doing so, I came across, in my opinion, it's unethical, but hey, supply and demand is really what rules this world. But I want those of you who are in the market to purchase to be smart about your purchase. Don't just see a price tag on a property and think, okay, I'm priced out of that, or okay, let me pay that, because obviously there's a realtor attached to the listing. They must know, they've run the comps, they know the value of the area, and so I'm getting a good deal. So I might be able to offer maybe $10,000 below asking, but then that's it. Wrong. So this is an extreme example, but I want to show you all how you can do your homework, how you can choose the right realtor to represent you. Because I'm looking here in this area and I come across a property, and I'm gonna leave it here or do a split screen of the property. And after doing my research, I found, now hear this, the woman that's currently listing the property for sale is the woman who purchased the property. She purchased the property in June of 2021 for $1 million. I could be off, but all of the information is here, so you can decide for yourself if, like, wow, that's crazy. Okay, back to what I was saying. The listing agent is also the owner. She purchased the property from probably an old couple. It could have been an estate sale. I didn't go in really deep in doing my research. All of this information I want to add is public information, public knowledge. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you're screwed. Anyway, so where was I? She purchased the property for $1 million in June of 2021. Around September, October, the property goes back up for sale for $2.795 million. That's $1.5 million more than she purchased it for. June 2021. June, ladies and gentlemen. June! We're in November now, and I think I came across the property, September, October? So from June, let's count it, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 5 months. In 5 months, you mean to tell me that that property has appreciated $1.5 million? Come on, you can't make this stuff up. To somebody who has a pocket full of money, right? And she's got all her shiny fancy briefcase and her Tom Ford suit, and she's saying, look, I got a great property for you. It's 2.795 million. Why didn't you offer that to the homeowner that you bought the property from? Do you guys get where I'm coming from? Do you understand the frustration? Don't think because a person is a realtor that they have the ethics behind what they're doing and how they're presenting their exclusives, or they have your best interest at heart. And this is why I became a realtor, because I got tired. You all know, if I see something wrong with something that someone's offering, or if there's a disconnect and it's not making sense to me, I'm going to put it out there for you guys. Buyer be wary. So be very wary. If you're in the market to purchase a home, do your own research. There is a website called qpublic.net or .org. I'll put it right here so that you can do your own research. And this particular website will tell you who owns the property, the history of the sale, how much it was sold for. It'll tell you about any improvements. It'll give you information on the plat, meaning the dimensions of the property. It'll show you aerial views. I mean, everything. I'm going to put all of that here so that you can see and do your own research. There are other ways that you can find out about different properties through the tax commissioner's office. So if you pull up the tax records, you can see the exchange of the property from one person to another. And that's how I was able to see that this realtor purchased the property, and it'll even give you a picture of what the property actually looked like. So all they did, I mean, there was already a property there. I could see if I could justify the markup if it was just a bunch of land with big tall trees. So those of you who are not aware, removing trees and the stumps and stuff like that is very expensive. Now, granted, the house could have been old and it could have had a septic tank. But even still, there's no way that you can justify marking the property up that much in such a short span of time. Where are the improvements? Okay, I also want you all to be wary. It's not just about the purchase price. So now we're talking about a property that they bought for $1 million. Okay, it wasn't worth $1 million, but they bought it for $1 million. That was enough to get the old owner and like, man, bump this, I'm out of here, right? So now the taxes go up, all right? And that's where, you know, people talk about gentrification. If you've got older people who own their homes right out, and then some new person comes and they start putting developments up all over the place, and they hike up the price of the property, that makes the taxes go up everywhere and around those properties that are now up, you know, brand new. So that's another thing to consider, that if you don't do your research, now you're spending, you're paying way more than the property is worth. You have just entered a new tax bracket, and yeah, you just wasted your money. So basically all I'm trying to do is educate you guys, tell you why once I get my real estate license here in Georgia, I would be a great realtor to represent you in buying your home, because I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to make sure that the property is worth it. Here in Georgia, oh my gosh, they've got bidding wars up the yin yang. A property can go on sale today, Tuesday, and it'll be sold by Friday. And I kind of feel like that's a problem because people aren't really doing their research. Is it worth what you're asking? Of course, it has to go through a process where the underwriter will make sure that it's valued, right? There's a valuation process. And so even though it's only worth $450,000, they're asking $600,000 for it, there are people who come in cash buying, and you don't even have to worry about that process, or you bring half cash to the table. And I'm getting way above and way beyond the point of this whole video. The point of this video is to do your research, make sure you have a realtor who's knowledgeable, who's not just trying to take your money and sell you a property, but has your best interest at hand, because you don't just buy the property, you have to maintain it. One of the first jobs I got here on Georgia soil was working for a tax deed property investor, and he had over 250 properties through tax sales. So even if you own your house outright, if you don't pay your taxes on time, bad boy is going to auction, baby, and there are people waiting to scoop them up for pennies on the dollar. And it's so sad because that a home could have been passed down to children, cousins, aunties, whatever, and because there's taxes that are due, they lose it. And so yeah, that I'm asking God to help me fulfill this other purpose, and it's to represent people who are unaware, represent people who just want to achieve home ownership, because that's one of the best things, is to have a piece of land, right? Cars depreciate, even the house itself. If you've got a strong foundation, you can knock that house off and build another one time and time again, unless of course it's a natural disaster like an earthquake or a flood or whatever. But the land is going to be there, right? That's the one thing that never goes out of style. Owning property never goes out of style. This is style. Owning property, that's style, baby. So while the property is gorgeous, it sits on a peninsula and it has vast views of the lake. I mean, I could just imagine myself waking up in the morning on my backyard balcony and just drinking my coffee and just setting the day. Oh my God, I could just see myself there. And then when I saw the price tag, I'm like, wait, what? For a piece of land, there's no house on it. So after they purchased the property, the house that was on the land, they bulldozed that bad boy. They took the house and right, and they're just selling the land. So you're gonna pay $2.795 for, I think it's an acre, and then you got to spend money to build a house. So after all that's said and done, I'm guessing houses in that neighborhood or developers in that neighborhood, and unless you come with your own developer, they're gonna ask at least $500,000. So you're talking about $3 million for a lakefront property, right? And like, what's the tax bracket? What's the tax bracket that you're in once it's $3 million? How much are your taxes going to be? Probably like $15,000 annually. Who has time for that? Who has time for that? I mean, come on, that's a vacation. That's a Norwegian cruise for a week. Anyway, you get where I'm coming from. Please be very careful who you attain as your realtor. Be very careful what you agree to. Don't just rely solely on the agent to guide you in the right direction. Use these resources that I just put on the side of the screen to do your own research. Find out who owned the property, if there's any liens on the property, how much they sold the property for versus how much it's on the market for now. What's the time frame that justifies the markup? Because like from June and November, that's $1.5 million profit. And there isn't a house on the damn property. Make it make sense to me. Please, somebody please help me make it make sense. Because I don't see it. Anyway, I'm not trying to discredit this agent or, tarnish anyone's record. I'm just trying to prove a point of be very careful. Also know that you, in making that purchase, you affect the community that you choose to live in by the taxes, raising the taxes, and there's so many different things. And you tip the scale of real estate, because if you got all these people who are overbidding for like just not doing their homework and just accepting what they're being given, right? You change the real estate game. Something that was worth $200,000 hasn't been marked up for 300,000 and no one's questioning it. Like, no one's saying, but why? Show me the facts. Show me the house facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me why. Give me a reason. Explain. Where's the justification in that? And that's what I would like for people to do. I hope this helps someone. All of the websites that I listed down below, all of the websites that I displayed are going to be listed down below. If you have any questions, you all know you can contact me via social media, email, or right down here in the comments. Please, let's have dialogue. That's what I want. I want to have a conversation. What are your thoughts? Are you a homeowner? Have you experienced that? Did someone move into your neighborhood, or is there gentrification currently taking place in your neighborhood, and you notice that your taxes are now like double the amount of what they were before all these transitions occurred? Are you looking to move into your new home and you just feel like you're priced out? Are you looking to sell your house? And I don't know, like, just tell me what your story is. I'll tell you any day of the week, owning a home is better than renting. At any point in time, a management company or an owner can tell you they want you to leave. And if you don't have a lease, you're really screwed. And if you do have a lease, once that lease is up, they do not have to renew it. I will let you know that now. You have no rights to anyone's apartment. Even if you are in dire straits and financial hardship and you own a home, you can take out a second mortgage. You can do what's called a reverse mortgage. You can do Airbnb, like, owning your own home. Man, listen. So I hope this helps someone. Thank you to all my day ones and all my new peepers. I appreciate y'all. You know I'm not going to come to you with no fluff. This is not a pranking channel. This is a channel where I give you real insight, real information, things that are going to help enhance your life. You might see me go through some adversity, and I'm going to keep it to you. I'm going to keep it real with you guys about that too, because this is what we come here to do. We come here to change lives through our own struggles, through our triumphs, but we got to show everything, not just the glitz and the glamour and the purses. I saw a video about how, some people can't relate to influencers now because all they do is show the glitz and the glamour, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I really feel that it is necessary to show a person, look, I'm right here with you, and we can grow together, or you can learn from my mistakes so you don't make them. And yeah, I don't know. I do know. Let me stop saying that. I do know. I know that my purpose is to educate people, eradicate homelessness, because I'm going to. I was there, and I know firsthand how important it is to get up out of the street when it's cold, to have a warm meal in your stomach, and to feel safe. Right? So no one knows better than I do. Y'all saw me go through it. And if you didn't, if you're a new peeper, go back and see the video where I'm actually standing in line waiting for a bed. Right? And so this is the motivation behind why I bring you what I bring you, because I don't want anybody to ever have to deal with that. That shit is hard. And it will turn you into a 24. For those of you who don't know, 24 is the code for like a crazy person on the street. That's a term that the po-po use. Oh, yo, they go at 24. Call an ambulance. Anyway, I'm weird. You'll get used to it or not. But I hope, again, that this information was able to help someone, because it is really, really imperative that you make sound decisions. That is a big purchase, and it's something that it's a great investment. It's something that there's so many tools that you can utilize when you own a property. And yeah, it's your girl, Little Shy Big Eyes. Don't forget, guys, purchase. Oh, I forgot to say, in this video, I also have clothing for women that are not, lesbian life oriented. I don't know, did I say that right? Anyway, so the name of my boutique is called XO Michelle Grace. You can find it on the Trendsy platform and on the Shopify platform. There's a video that I'm gonna link to that if you're interested. I love you guys. Peace.